Today's activity is the last one for the year, and it's an activity specifically designed to think about and work with our number sense. So, number sense is when a student understands the relationship that numbers have with each other and then can use those relationships to think deeper about the numbers and to think about the numbers in different ways, kind of be really flexible in our thinking. So, that's the goal of today's activity. This is an activity you can do with, I grabbed some markers and paper and you could create a little web out of it, or it's something you could just do verbally. You could sit around a table or in the car as you're driving somewhere and kind of just go around taking turns, seeing how long your family can add on to the idea of this number that you're working with. It's also a great activity that different age groups can work with, or you can start introducing your student to some ideas that maybe they're not familiar with yet, they haven't learned in school yet, but just to start planting those seeds of these are all the ways we can think about the number, and here's all the relationships that you might start thinking about beyond the ones that the students kind of go to first on their own. So I don't really have a name for this activity. I'm just going to call it number sense. And if you think of a better name, please let me know because I got nothing this morning. So um, I use the number 18. Again, you can pick any number. So like you can choose a smaller number till you get familiar with it, and then you could jump up and try like a number like 199, and you could do the same activity with that. You just probably want to focus on ones that are close to our benchmark numbers, which are multiples of 10, multiples of 100. So that, because that's one of those things that we're going to be helping our students think about is how do we use the benchmark numbers to think about the number that we're given. So I have the number 18. And so for this activity, you want to think about like what are all the things you know about the number 18? What is 18? And so there's lots of ways to describe 18. Um, One that your student might come up earlier on is 18 is a 10 and an 8. Or they may also say that 18 is one more than 17. Those are great observations, and that's a great place to start. We're looking for how can we use information about other numbers to help us think about the number 18. You might also say 18 is an even number, but here are some of the different things that I thought of this morning for what 18 is. So 18 is 2 less than 20. And like this one in particular is helping build off of that benchmark number 20. So if your students aren't, or if your child isn't saying things like that, then that would be a good one to like bring up as you're playing this game. 18 is even. 18, let's jump up here. 18 is 9 doubled. It will help introduce your students to some of that vocabulary, some of that language, and then you can talk through that if you need to. There's the 10 and the 8. 18 is 3 fives and then 3 more. So realizing that I can get to 18 in different ways using different effects or different combinations that I already know. 18 is 9 and 9. 18 is 6 times 3. And then this one would be a good one too if your child doesn't know about square numbers and exponents, which is more like a 5th grade. This is something you could introduce. Uh, 18 is 4 squared and 2 more. So then you could just quickly talk about what does 4 squared mean. 4 squared means that I'm multiplying the number 4 2 times, and then I get to 16, so I still have to add 2 more. So you can see that this is like a wide range of abilities, a wide range. And obviously you wouldn't introduce all of them right away, like that 4 squared plus 2. You might not introduce right away, but you might introduce 4 times 4 plus 2 more as a way to start thinking about what do we know about this number. And this is really the heart of what number sense is we want our students to think about all the things they know about a number. So when they're attacking a new problem, they realize that I might not be able to work with that number very easily, but I might be able to work with the number 20 easy and then adjust my answer to work with the 18. And that's just a quick activity you can do as a family, really thinking about numbers and how they're related to each other and how we can use other numbers to help us get to number. So I hope you enjoy. I hope you have a great summer break, and I hope we all see each other again in August.